Welcome to another episode of Kickin' with Rob. We back for 2025. God damn it, we back.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob.
Today's show is sponsored by Crispy Cuts. Looking for a fresh, clean cut? He take care of me all the time. Check him out. Located on 9535 Dexter Street in Detroit, Michigan. Been gone for a minute. How y'all doing?
I'm good.
All right.
Smooth recovering from
Recovering?
last night. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
I'm glad
For
to hear
real?
that. I'm recovering from last night as well. It wasn't quite the same thing. That does sound provocative, doesn't it? Never mind.
Well, y'all know me, Rob. God damn it. We got Tony Sensation in the building.
What's that?
You got Elijah in the building.
Pleasure, once again.
And today to come kick it with us, the first show of 2025, we got Rose Dior, author,
Yes.
coming through with us today. With books like
Hello.
Sensual, hold on, we got a
Okay.
Sensual Abduction, Gabrielle's Lesson. You want to hold that book up?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Which camera?
That's yours right there. Yeah. Thanks for coming through with us. She come through to kick it with us today for the first show of the year.
Yes, I did.
Glad
Appreciate
to see
you. Appreciate
you,
you.
thank
Appreciate you. Yep. So, I mean, here on Kicking It with Rob, we just kick it. You know what I'm saying? So, we gonna hit some topics up today. We got a new segment we gonna bring out to y'all people today. So let's get it started. It's two things I want to talk about, and I'm trying to think, but it's one. It's one. I gotta ask y'all. So I found out some facts about this. I just like the bad part about the shit. You know what I'm saying? With this Trump's abortion. I'm sorry, not abortion. Trump's child support type joint. You know what I'm saying? But I heard some facts about it. The facts is it's not what people think about the abortion. Far as if you, if the woman put the guy on child support, then he gets to claim the kid on his taxes.
I heard about that.
Them not the facts.
Okay.
I just like the bad part about it because a woman told me, based on the non-facts, I'm gonna tell y'all the facts in a minute about the whole situation. But she said she don't think it's fair that the woman works so hard and they can't claim the kid. And me, I thought it was weird because I'm like, what about the man who works hard too, in my opinion?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think about that? If that was real, do y'all think that's fair or not fair?
Under certain circumstances. So I feel like as a woman, shout out to my kid's father. Okay. As a woman, if I have the kids 90% of the time,
Mhm.
so that means even if you picking them up every other weekend or whatever, I still have to spend more money because that means they have to eat more at home. I'm going to notice more. So that means little stuff that they run out of, that's me. That means I also have to miss work whenever they can't go to school. So I feel like if I'm doing majority of the work, then you're claiming them for what? In my mind. But if you are a father that is putting in just as much as I am, honestly, I feel like good fathers shouldn't be on child support. Let me just say
I
that.
agree.
But if you're putting in as much as I am time-wise, then I agree with that. I do feel like that. If you paying child support, you should get to claim the kids. I agree with that. But if you are not getting the kids as much as I have them, that means you're not spending as much as I spend.
Mm.
So, no, I don't think that would be fair under those circumstances.
Okay.
I am clearly unaware of the details of the new legislation.
I'm gonna let you know.
But I definitely, I raised my son from the time he was 1, and I got child support from that point until he was 18. So my perspective, I guess, is similar to a typical woman.
Right.
I would defend the lady, or the custodial parent's right to claim if there's only one person that can claim. Because like the situation you described, the children are using your water, they're using your heat,
Absolutely.
they're using your space. So, your investment is greater than the non-custodial parent. So if only one person can claim the child, then I think it should be custodial parent. Now, ideally, the government, if they're going to be involved and do the whole child support thing, which, I think we all agree that's an unfortunate, circumstance. But if they're going to be involved, they should compensate for such things. Like if there's an amount of money that the non-custodial parent is paying through the government to the custodial parent, the government, if they're not going to allow the non-custodial parent to make those claims, they should make whatever kind of taxation things like they do on my paycheck and deal with whatever they have to so it never becomes an issue. But I do believe that everyone who contributes to the well-being of a child should get the requisite amount of credit. So
What that mean?
If I pay, see, he likes to do this to me. He likes to do this to me because I like to use these funny words, and he understands 99% of what I'm saying. That said, if I'm paying $100 a week, I should be given tax credit for that $100. If I'm paying $500 a week, I should be given a great deal more. So it should be a requisite amount for what you're doing.
Learning shit. Well, I learned a big
period.
word.
Period.
That's where I be Stephen A. Smith on this motherfucker. So
Okay.
you got an opinion on that?
Well, I'm married, so I don't really typically do the,
Child support,
separate
Jordan?
home thing.
Okay.
But honestly, I really feel like the person who is taking care of the child should be the one who gets the residuals. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Just
So
to
the
piggyback
child
off
gets
what
the
they say.
residuals.
Yes,
The child
gets
the
the
children gets
residuals.
Ultimately.
Exactly.
Yes. And the parent that takes care of them should claim them.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna flip this shit up a little bit because, in my opinion, I mean, I hear what y'all saying. Y'all not like everybody else. You two women, but most women, you know what I'm saying? They will push a man out and then want the benefits after they didn't try to even work the shit out, in my opinion. I think that women, it's evil women out here. Fuck it. I'm sorry.
So
I ain't talking about
what
y'all.
you mean when you say work it out? Like work out the relationship?
Try to make sure that I think that a child having a 2-parent home is more important than child support or money.
I think
Or
that
income tax,
that
in my
only
opinion.
matters though if that 2-parent home is happy, because sometimes it's better apart than for a child to be in an unhappy 2-parent home.
That's true.
So I think that also, you know how they say when you married, it's for better or for worse? I think once you have a kid, it should become for better or for worse at that moment because you put on that responsibility to have a kid together.
I disagree.
That's how I feel.
I disagree.
Because now you brung a kid in the world to deal with the bullshit that y'all going through instead of work. I know some circumstances it's just not gonna happen. Even when you're married, it just won't work.
Right.
But when you lay down and have a kid, you supposed to think about them type of things.
Well, I didn't know when I laid down with you, I wasn't gonna like you later. I mean, that's like wanting me to be able to predict the future. I didn't know we was gonna fall out of love. I didn't know we was gonna grow apart. But I shouldn't have to stick around with you because we have a kid. Like, I'm not happy. So that means if I'm not happy, that kid's not gonna be happy.
That's right.
I think most women don't even try because I think they are emotionally dysfunctional.
I don't know.
Functional.
I think that,
For real, I really do.
mean, we
Because
do
they
love
let-
a bit harder than men, I
Absolutely.
believe. And we are emotional creatures, but I don't think it's a dysfunction.
I don't think so either.
I use fucked up words. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly.
But I'm just saying, but that's just how I look at it. Like, I think that because of the emotion, they will listen.
Men
fuck
are
it.
more emotional than us now. So let's get that part out. Okay.
What part?
That men are way more emotional these days.
Oh
now.
yeah, nowadays.
So, and I just feel
Nowadays.
like nowadays we just don't have time to waste. I don't have time to give you 10 years of my life, and I knew 5 years ago it wasn't working.
Exactly.
It's like I'm gonna keep moving forward, and I'm not happy. That don't make sense.
Elijah got something to say.
You know what? I hesitate to throw too much of my hat into this ring because I am clearly not the poster boy of stable relationships. I want to be, but I'm not. I don't think that we disagree in that the covenant of marriage is serious, and that you don't jump ship with or without children, particularly with children, because she's annoying me this week. I think it's obviously should be a very serious decision that should take a great deal to deal with. Now that said, I guess to tell I'm talking personal stuff. I'd set a record. I was legally married a little more than a year before my divorce. We were, right after the birth of my son, which was about 10 months after we got married, things went crazy. People advised me at the time. Some of my close family and friends was like, hey, man, try to work it out, try this. But there's certain specific things that took place. Not what you would suspect. No, I didn't catch it with my friend or nothing. But there were certain specific things that took place that it made it clear to me that there was no foundation for which we should proceed. And I moved quickly. I filed, and I did what I had to do. And I made the right decision. She'll tell you now I made the right decision. It took a long time, but so I guess it depends on these circumstances. I don't think that there is a hard and fast rule. I do believe that people, and I've seen people who are not together, can stay committed and invested in the well-being of their children, and the child doesn't lose as much as he or she could under the circumstances of divorce. Clearly, we have the data that shows the most important thing is a two-parent household. That works out the best. But if that's not possible, if you have two reasonable, responsible, disciplined, committed parents, things can work out, as well as possible. I didn't have that, but that's another story. We don't talk too much about it.
I mean, this is me. This is what I ain't gonna say. I only been through it one time. But it just, based on what the young lady I told you I spoke to said, that's what I'm basing this off of. She said she don't think it's fair, and it just made me be like, nobody think about the man. It's always about money. It's always about money. That's all I'm saying. And nobody think about the man, or when I say the man, being in the child's life.
I see what
That's
you're
all
trying
I'm
to say.
saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're trying to say.
I think that's the whole reason why they get put on child support is because we think about what they do and what they don't do. We
For
put that
you. For you.
No,
though.
it's not for me. It's for
Not
the
for
child.
you, but for most women. Like, for real.
Oh, yeah, well, but still, I still have to speak for majority of the women.
You're not speaking for majority. You're speaking for some. Because majority of the women will put your ass
See,
on child
look at
support
you.
because they mad at you. I'm telling you, it happened to me.
It happens.
I don't have
I
that
mean,
data.
yes,
It
I
happens.
agree to that. But still, like I said, majority. I feel as if they do it because of how the father isn't present, or, they're
Right.
not in their child's life.
Right.
So they put him on child support.
Let me ask y'all this
like, you're
question.
going to give me something. Like, you're going to get his child something.
Okay, let me ask y'all this question. I ain't talking about y'all, but do
Okay.
y'all think that most men do not want to be in their child's life?
No, I don't think that. I think that
So why do they leave?
I think some men don't want to deal with the woman. I
That's
think
it.
it's
Okay.
that. It's the
Yeah.
drama. I think it's that.
So it's y'all
Yeah.
fault. Not y'all's, but the women's.
I think in certain situations, it could. I mean, I don't really want to say fault, but I just think sometimes some men just don't feel like dealing with the drama, and it's just kind of like, hey, little buddy. Hey, your mama did this, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, your mama keeping me away
Okay.
from you. And then I also think that some men are just cowards. Don't know how to be a present father. Don't know how. I think some men just
Afraid
wasn't
of
given the
fatherhood.
tools to know how to be a
Correct.
good father.
Yeah.
Like, so if you didn't have it for yourself, sometimes you don't know how to give it to a child. You don't know what to do.
I agree.
So I think it's a lot of reasons why men are not
Fucked up,
present, or
sometimes.
and sometimes it's really just the woman. If I
Yeah.
can't have you, then this is how I'm gonna hurt you.
Right.
You can't see the child.
All right.
I guess I would take the middle ground. I can't dispute anything that any of you have said. I've known quite a few deadbeat men. I have known deadbeat women. I've known less deadbeat women because society and the law necessarily hands her custodial, responsibilities. So on most of the occasions where I've seen that as an option for women to take or not take, they are deadbeats. So I don't believe that deadbeat parenting is a gender-based thing. Now, I will say, to counter that, our sociological upbringing definitely, and the fact that they actually give birth, definitely leans the needle towards the mother being the primary caregiver, especially for a small child. When I got custody of my son, and he was, again, an infant, that was not my plan. I knew that we were not going to be living together. We would not be together. And my initial plan was for her to care for him and raise him until he was, approaching puberty, and then I would take over. We agreed to that verbally. Well, when she got with her crew, the whole point was to punish me and my family for divorcing her and to let know who boss. So while I was intimidated at the prospect of having an infant, I was very much intimidated. It was not my plan. She made it clear that if I was going to be in his life, I would have to fight her for custody. So I did, and I won. It was not my choice to be the custodial parent. I was scared. I mean, I love my son. I take a bullet for my son. But I was like, man, what am I going to do with this infant? But she made it so if I didn't have him, I would not see him.
Yeah.
Or when I did see him, he would hate my guts. I've
Evil.
seen that many times. So I did what I had to do when I got my son. So I think that most men, given the choice, and then like 10 more seconds. I was in court and I
Yeah, you
saw
good.
quite a few men that were in battle, and these women were being vicious and cruel in court. Now, I don't know if he was doing that beforehand. I don't know.
Right.
But in court, she was being spiteful and malevolent. And the judge was in the corner and he said, "Excuse me, sir, would you like full-time custody of your child?" And 9 guys out of 10 would say, "Well, no, I just want to see him every other weekend." So she basically could act a fool, and the judge's hand was tied because he's not going to take her away from her and give it to the state.
Right.
Right.
So she acted a fool, and because you don't want to step up, whatever. Now, my ex-wife was quite shocked when the man said, "Sir," because she was acting completely ignorant. And he said, "Would you take custody?" I said, "Yes, sir." That didn't happen a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, she'd be like, "Oh, well, okay, we going to work it out." He said, no, we tried you. And the story goes on. But
So look, not to be in your personal
I'm
business.
putting it out there.
Yeah, not to be in your personal business.
I'm putting it out there.
All right. Did it get to that point because of something you did? I'm just asking.
Again, I don't want to commandeer. I'm not
Okay.
ashamed. I don't want to commandeer the whole conversation. I'm absolutely certain that my ex-wife would tell you it was her fault.
Okay.
It was all her fault.
All right, that's all
she
you had
would
to say.
tell you, and I would say that she had an unfortunate background that I didn't understand at the time. And she was not prepared to be a wife and mother. She was prepared to be an adversary because that's the women that she came from. I didn't understand that. She didn't understand that. So the clash happened. Took many years. Now we talk about generational traumas, and she has said to my face, best thing that ever happened to our son is you got him because I would not have been a fit parent. I would have damaged him. And we are at peace now, but it took a long time. So I will say unabashedly, it was all her fault.
Okay.
That's what's
Okay.
up.
And I have no problem with
Shout
telling
out
the story
to
when
being
it's
woman
the
enough to
Elijah
even
show.
admit that.
Right.
So-
Well, no,
Taking
it took a
accountability.
long time.
I mean, better, better late than
It's
never,
growth,
though.
growth,
That's
growth.
for sure.
She had to grow.
So what we have learned from this?
that Elijah puts his business out there. Yes, he
Okay.
does.
No, not even that. That we have learned that you have women who accept, and then you have women who accept, in my opinion, accept money over the well-being of their child. And you got women who, like y'all just said, y'all somewhat like his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case.
My ex-wife,
Okay. I'm just
a little
saying.
different.
I resent
I
that
mean, because I
remark.
put it out there before. My baby mama, goddamn it, she was the, you know what I'm saying? She pretty much was, we cool now. Might not be after this, but I ain't about to say too much.
don't know what to
But
say.
I'm just saying she did some shit, and I felt like, you know, I was on child support already, and then she asked me for something. I was like, hey, look, I gotta give it to you next week. I ain't got it, and she was like, don't worry about it. Them motherfucking court people go get it from your pussy ass, and she sent that letter. That's evil. You know what I'm saying? So
It's valid for you to feel like that though, because you a good father.
you know what I'm saying?
You know, so I
didn't
just feel like
nothing.
that.
And
It's
just
valid
because
for
you
you to feel
didn't
like
have
that.
it at the time, that didn't mean for her to go and do that.
And I had a job.
Yeah, she could have waited.
Well, now let me also say this: when I won custody of my son, the judge ordered child support for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had no intention of filing for the support. I did not turn it on. I told her, hey, the fight is over.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to co-parent and whatever. And I had no intention of hitting her for child support. I was almost bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The battle was a thing and the divorce was a thing. So I was on my behind. Thank the Lord for my father and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm not going to do this child support thing. And she was like, cool. Within a month of me having custody and just beginning that process, she filed to the Michigan Court of Appeals, which caused like big money, like $5 or $6 grand. And my lawyer was happy to call me and say, hey man, I'm going to need another $3 grand retainer because you're going to, I'm like, what? I'm already on my ass. So I was like, look, if she can afford $5 grand to go to the appeals court, then she can afford to pay me child support. So I'm about to lose everything anyway. So I hit her up.
Right.
But that was not my intention. I felt like I had no choice.
Yeah, between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. So Tony,
What up?
you had something you want to talk about.
I knew you was gonna do that.
It's just some different shit. I'm just
Do
saying.
that.
Tony always says
All
something.
right, bet.
Eliza next.
Okay, cool. I just knew you
Thank
was
you
gonna do
again.
that.
Thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank
All
you
right,
for
so
having
listen,
me.
y'all. First, I gotta tell you a little bit about why I'm saying what I'm finna say.
Okay.
So dating this guy, right? And so this guy was telling me, listen, I'm okay with you going out, getting free drinks, whatever, when you with your friends and stuff. But if I'm there, don't do it in my face. Why is it okay to do something behind your partner's back that you do not want them to do in your face?
That's a good question.
Why do we accept that?
Who is we?
Or why do people? Let me say that.
People.
Why do people?
Yeah.
Why do people accept that, or why would
Okay,
you
so-
put that in the atmosphere?
We're going to say this again. Repeat it again.
Why would you be okay with your partner doing something behind your back that you
So-
wouldn't want done to your face?
So he said, okay, you can go out and have free drinks with your girls and let the niggas buy you a drink or whatever.
Yeah, go be you.
Go have fun. Go be single. for the
Yeah,
night.
basically,
But when you're with me,
don't do it.
don't do it.
Because if I don't want you to buy a bitch a drink when I ain't there, you ain't gonna
don't-
buy it in my
Okay,
face either. Like, I don't want you to do it, period.
I just feel like that he shouldn't agree to let nobody buy you a drink when you with your friends.
Exactly. That's what I was
So
thinking.
if you're gonna be one way, you got to be the other way too. Like, you make it make sense because it's a conundrum. I can't really
What that
explain
mean?
it. A hard and difficult task.
Okay.
See, he do that. I'm glad you got a writer. Okay.
You know, I
don't
know, a little
know
few
these
big
words.
words.
He
Shit.
know these words.
Little razzle
I don't.
dazzle.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I don't agree with him allowing you to get drinks while you with your friends and then don't get none while he's
Okay,
there.
so let me take it even further.
Okay.
So he said, but listen, when you out here getting these free drinks, I don't want you talking to them though. I don't want you. They shouldn't know your name. They shouldn't know. I said, don't drinks come with conversation.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
So he's saying do it, but
He's
don't.
saying, get the drink and walk away. Don't talk to him.
that
Keep
makes
him-
not a bit of sense. And I'm sure that man is not going to appreciate you taking this drink.
Because
and
how
not
do I
giving him
get
a
the
little bit of
next free drink if
conversation.
I walk away? That don't make sense.
Hell no.
Exactly.
So I think in a scenario like that, if a man or a woman says that to their significant other at the beginning, because it got to be at the
Yeah,
beginning,
it has to. Not when y'all
Yeah.
well versed in the
they
relationship.
are trying to make you think that they are cool and acceptable, but they also telling you like, hey, but I ain't really for it. So then you gotta really like make a decision on should I do this or should I not?
Or is he saying that he's cool with this so that he can get that same thing back in return? Because
That's obvious.
you want to be, this is how
That
you
sounds
want to
like
be
what
when
it
you're out.
is.
That's obvious.
So instead of you just saying, listen, really, I ain't ready to be in a relationship, you know, you cool. You telling me it's okay for me to do something because you wanna be able to do it, basically. You saying it without saying it.
Yeah, it can go both ways.
My personal experience has been consistent with yours in that that's not how I proceed. However, I have known people that do it differently, and it worked out. Clearly, I'm not that guy. I ain't married. But I have known people that are able to have that happen. Friends of mine have been a couple since I've known them. The lady is notably attractive, and she gets drinks and she flirts all the time, and people have no idea. And he does not care. He doesn't buy drinks because that's clearly a financial. He doesn't buy women drinks, but he will flirt. And he is absolutely comfortable with that. I haven't asked him directly why, but I would interpret it as, every night he is, sowing them oats. So he's not worried.
Right.
I know when I was a young slut and I was seeing a couple of women, I was not afraid of them going out and getting drinks and whatever because I was imprinting on them all the time, like on the daily. So it didn't bother me. I don't know if my wife or my serious monogamous girlfriend could do that. That might make me uncomfortable. I never did that with that. I did that when I was a slut. Now, I will also say when I was in a committed relationship, I'm the only one. When I was in a committed relationship, one of the fun things that me and the last lady that I was seriously involved with, we'll call her Annie, we would go to the club separately. And she would flirt and get drinks bought, and I would flirt, and I might even buy a cheap drink or two.
Oh,
and we would wind up meeting each other and acting a fool and wind up leaving, and everybody knows we're going to screw, and it was fun. It was fun. It was like, wow, she's the baddest chick
like
in
Donald
here.
Trump.
She's the baddest chick in here. And everybody's shooting a shot. That's the coldest dude in here. Everybody's shooting a shot. We look at each other and walk past everybody else and hook up. And it's like we about to go
like a
out to the
role play.
parking lot. And we gonna do this in the parking lot.
That's nice.
And we did it in the parking lot. And it was fun. It was fun. I mean, am I the
As
only
it should
one?
have
You know what I'm
been.
saying?
As it should have been.
I mean, it was so I don't know. I would say to you that if it's new and this gentleman, y'all are just getting a new committed relationship together and he's like, hey, go do that, I would definitely not be absolutely committed and confident that he is committed and confident. He might be. I wouldn't jump ship, but I would definitely keep my guard up. And I'm definitely a guy who puts his guard down. When I'm with you, you got me. But sometimes there's a level of, okay, I'm going to see where this is going. It doesn't mean that you're like violated, but you just, because maybe he intends it to be cool. But there's a possibility there that he might get caught up or you might get caught up, the gentleman buying a drink, whatever. So I'm saying. So,
True.
just hold your guard for a
Tapping
little
into
while.
my inner slut. No, I'm just.
I mean, you know what?
It's only
Hey.
cute when a guy said, I guess.
I mean,
No,
I'm
but-
not saying, hey, I don't judge.
Y'all know me. I'm raw with it. Shit. God damn it. I'm gonna tell you the real shit. And I get what you saying. I get what you said. And I know the example you gave out. So
Right.
I'm gonna give my advice. And like I just said about when I said do it but don't do it, at the end of the day, it's an insecurity to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's trust and insecurity. And if you going to say that and allow your woman to even go out, but you really don't want her to be out, because that's what it sounds like to me. You want you saying it's okay for you to go out, but I
Get
really
drinks,
don't
but
want
don't
you to
talk.
go out. Yeah. So that means like
Okay,
keep your
like,
ass
wait a
at
minute.
fucking home, goddamn it, with me.
That
You know what I'm
part.
saying? So at the end of the day, man, just shit. For the people out there in the world, y'all come across a situation like this, be goddamn careful.
guard up.
And then, you know what I'm saying?
Decline
You gotta
the drink.
decline a drink if you really fuck with the nigga. Decline a drink and be like, you know what, goddamn it, I ain't come with me or something. I don't know. But just don't do that shit because the motherfucker dome ain't right. Cause he like God and
He
the devil.
confused.
He
Yeah.
got God
That
and the
sound
devil
really
on his shoulder.
confusing.
Like, yeah, it's okay.
That's marvelous.
But the devil like, but your ass bet not. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
That, you need to have either the devil on the
Yeah,
side
yeah.
or the Lord.
Pick
you
your
can't
poison.
have both.
Yeah.
Pick your
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is, that's a beautiful analogy because, I've been in relationships with women that would say, Elijah, it's okay for you to do this. Then I do it. And then she's mad and won't say like, why are you mad? You should know. No, I don't. You did this. You told me to do it.
Yeah.
And obviously I've never been with a man.
It's like a test.
But I imagine
Yeah.
gentlemen
It's like,
do
let
the
me see
same
if you're
thing.
going to pass this
Yeah.
test.
Exactly.
And you failed. I
Why
just
do
got that
women
free
do that?
drink,
Why
I
do women
failed.
put people through tests like that?
I mean, you know what?
Why do women put men through tests like
Why
that?
do men put women through tests?
Okay.
I don't think we do it as much as y'all.
was
We ain't as
just-
smart as y'all.
I feel like that's a test.
We ain't as smart to do that. No, that's psychotic shit. When men do it, it's psychotic shit.
That's
when women do it, it's a
narcissistic
test.
behavior.
Yes.
Exactly.
We not smart enough to say a test. If we say some shit like that, motherfucker dome ain't right. But if women do it, it's a test. So why? I know y'all want to get the secret up. Why do women do the test? Shit?
It's no secret.
I guess I don't like to play that game. I don't like to do that.
Yeah.
But y'all might not know
That's
y'all
almost
doing
like
it
me
when y'all
telling my
do
man,
it.
listen,
That's the thing is in
you
your
can
nature.
go to the strip club, but don't look at the strippers. It's like,
That's
come
stupid
on,
as hell.
you know what I'm saying?
sense.
I don't.
Exactly.
I just feel like I don't like tests. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm gonna just let you know that up front. I don't mess with. I don't fuck with that. So don't do it.
So is trusting your significant other, but fuck that. I'm gonna just say if a woman trusts their man to go to the strip club, is that a test? But you said it's not. It could be trust, right? Or is that like go do what you do because I'm gonna do what I do?
I mean, I guess for some women
Right,
that could
right.
be a test.
Yeah.
It could be that. Me personally, I don't. Unless we going to strip club together.
You've been around. Y'all
I
been
don't
around.
really-
Y'all
I
have
don't-
been
I don't mess with
around
it.
women to
Well,
know what it is for real.
I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't mind my husband going to the strip club.
My wife don't mind me going to the strip club either. I guess.
I have full trust. Like I trust my husband, so I don't. And the nigga don't be tipping.
but look, but you,
He go for the drinks and the vibe, I guess.
Well, yeah, to piggyback on what you're saying, I ain't never been a woman,
Okay.
but I would be much more comfortable with, my man going to the strip club and dealing with professionals and they shaking their ass because it's a business transaction, than him going to the club and flirting with a woman who does not know he has a woman and might be interested in actually pursuing a relationship. That is much more dangerous ground to me. If my woman goes to the strip club and watches, Rob shake it, with her girls and throwing some money up, I mean, that doesn't bother me. Now, if she and Rob are having a conversation on the veranda and he's bought her a drink or whatever, and he don't know
agree.
she got a man, now that's gonna make me a little
I
more
agree.
nervous.
Yeah.
Because the
I don't know.
game gonna be a little tighter.
I don't know, because I feel like the strippers now are. I mean, that's equivalent to going to the club these days.
Yeah.
Nowadays, these strippers are wanting to leave with your man.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
are
they
wanting
always
to do
have,
all
but
that.
see, that's professional.
But I just still feel like for my man to go and have a woman sitting on his lap, for you to be taking money out of her household, putting it in hers. If I feel like for my man to go and be on that type of time,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
what's the
Now,
difference
but if
between
we-
y'all going to? What's the difference between y'all going out hanging with y'all girls and spending money? Oh, I forgot. Y'all can get money from.
No,
dudes,
what you
to
mean
drink
spending
from
money
dudes.
though? Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I'm
just saying.
us going to the strip club.
No. I'm
Oh.
talking about going to the club versus going. So we go to strip club and y'all going to the club with y'all girls
We're buying
hanging out.
drinks.
we buying drinks.
We
I'm
ain't
not
tipping
putting
No, y'all
niggas.
ain't buying drinks though.
I might tip the
So
bartender.
y'all not putting money. I'm just saying. I'm talking about the money out the household. Y'all might not. Y'all don't have to
No,
do
no,
that.
but I'm talking about
It's
you
different.
funding a woman because she just shook her ass on your lap and your face. She didn't. I just feel like it's that. Now, if I go to the strip club with my man, I know you ain't about to be doing all that extra stuff. You ain't finna be doing all that. Now we are here for the vibe and the drink.
Y'all don't go to dick bars no more.
No, and the thing
What
is,
is
if and when you do that, How would you feel you go into a male dancing place and this man and picked your woman up and put her all on the
Okay.
show? Some shit you probably can't even do.
Yeah, we don't do. We
You
don't
know,
do
it's
that.
like
That part.
for me
I don't know. That doesn't intimidate me. Not only am I
for me to be
capable of
going
doing
to the
it,
male dancers and giving them my money, like that's ridiculous.
not only am I capable of doing it, but it doesn't intimidate me when you're talking about business. It's just when I know that the other person is there for the financial benefit, low key tricking. If my woman is dumb enough to take, Rob, I'm fucking with you, Rob seriously, when Rob is just basically trying to get money from this dumb bitch, then she's too dumb to be with me anyway.
Well, what's the difference between going to the club? That's money too. That's a
you
woman
know-
talking to you because she trying to get some money too.
No, she's trying to get a drink. It's not.
That's
it's
not always
business.
true. That's
Yeah.
not always true.
I
Well, no, okay. Clearly, I'm
You go
not
to
saying
them-
that prostitutes don't go to the club, but we know objectively that the person who is stripping at the strip club is they're on the clock. They're working. The person at the club is not necessarily on the clock. It's not necessarily a business
I
transaction.
don't
I
agree.
don't know about that.
Right.
Because you
People at the
have
club on the
people.
clock?
You at the club.
At the club, at the non-strip club, they're on the clock.
You ever heard of love in the club?
Okay.
No,
I'm
maybe I
just
haven't.
saying because a single woman sees a single man with money.
That-
What is she gonna do?
Exactly.
She's gonna try to get with him, right? She's on the clock. It's a countdown now.
And that's almost like you
But
saying
you know that
strippers
she's
ain't
not
trying to
getting
be
compensated.
wasted.
Well, put it like this: if she goes to the club, she's not expecting at the end of the night to be able to take care of her cell phone bill or her gas bill.
don't know that.
She might
You don't
want to.
know
No, everybody wants to.
Yeah.
But you're working at the strip club. You're expecting at the end of the night.
I
It's a
kinda understand what
job.
you're saying. Okay,
So
it is.
it's definitely a different level of trickery. Trickery. It's definitely a different level of trickery. And
not trickery.
I'm just not worried if the gentleman is there and it's clear to everyone when they go in there, you are going to pay me, bitch. I'm here because I'm getting paid.
I just feel like out of respect.
That's different.
Out of
Whereas
respect, if you my man, out of respect, don't take your ass to that strip club and I ain't there. Don't go and take that money and put it in that bitch G-string. Period. That if you my man, listen,
See,
other
that's
people
fucked
might
up,
not
'cause
feel.
I think relationships work better when men did men shit and women stayed in their place. Because back in the day,
What in the holy fuck
Wait a
is
minute,
you
'cause
talking
you
about?
just paused me
for
a
real,
minute.
because
Say that
back
again.
in the day when, hey, look, I'm 46, goddamn it. Back in the day, I used to go to the, I didn't really have no real strong relationship like I am in now. But I wasn't married and shit, though, so I can't really say that. But I just don't think that it was a big issue like that. Like nowadays, it's like, it was never.
let me co-sign. Let me co-sign.
Yeah, because I guess
I
I'm
have been
trying to say-
around. Again, I am not the poster boy. I'm still out here, but I have been around people that have been married 20 plus years, some 40 plus years, and I can't think of a single one of them. And I guess I'd have to ask again. It's been a while, but we used to have the conversation. The wives did not care about the strip club. They did not care about. They were not worried about it. They were not.
Yeah, because as long as you
They
came
didn't
home
care.
and took care of your business, you're good.
Now,
Okay.
I'm not saying that that's the way it is now. Because I'll say this also. Now, I don't know. I didn't discuss it with the gentleman. Would they have had an issue with their wife going to the Johnson Swingers Club? Because I don't believe, and I spoke to like one or two, they weren't interested in so doing. I guess where I'm leading myself to is gender is a thing. Men and women are not the same.
I agree.
And, women are generally not motivated to go to Club Mozambique. They're just not. They rather get a purse. They're not worried about a dude swinging. And
Exactly.
I think that's mainly because guys are sluts, and if they want it, they can get it, whereas women are not. And guys will go to the strip club. So we're different. Men and women are different. And I think that the relationships that you're describing of the past and the ones that I have seen that have been like, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they embrace that. And, it's definitely different.
So what we have learned from this topic is, you know what I'm saying, that based on what he said, and you know what I'm saying, I see what you're saying. I'm probably finna piggyback off what you just said, for real. In the new era, you know what I'm saying? And it can kind of, it's kind of mixed in though, you know what I'm saying? women like to go to the club and get free drinks from dudes, and men like to see hoes dance and they can do their thing. That's the atmosphere that we like. As women like to go out and get attention from guys, when we just like to give attention to women who naked.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, cool.
I like
cool.
attention from women, whether
Yeah,
or not
that's it.
they're
That's the whole
clothed.
thing.
Right.
That's just what, that don't mean you gotta cheat and da da da. But it's the same thing. Just because you might go to the club and it's a guy there that you know what I'm saying, who nice and shit like that, and he buy you a drink, y'all like to party like that. I don't know a lot of dudes who like to go outside like that. At my age.
Okay.
But you know, at my age, I don't do it too much. I can't. I don't have time to. But if I did, I don't mind going to the strip club every now and again and being around the atmosphere.
Okay. Can I just real
Go
quick?
ahead. Go ahead.
So can we just say that if you don't want it done to you, then you shouldn't do it. So if
Absolutely.
you're okay with certain things,
Nobody's
happening,
gonna stay at home. One
No,
of
no,
us is
listen,
not
I'm
gonna
just
deal.
saying, what I'm saying is, if a man wants to be able to do certain things, then he should be okay with his woman doing it. And if we on the same page, then cool.
So
Basically,
I'm
so we
saying-
can kind of just let it with that.
Yeah, for real.
Don't do
Real
what you
shit.
don't want done to you.
Exactly.
And if you okay with it being done to you, then okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. If I stay at home and wanted to play the video game all
Even
the
though I
time,
totally
Oh,
understand
Jesus, please.
because
if
I
I'm
agree.
a video game guy,
Men and
goddamn
women
it.
are not the same. We
At all.
are not the same.
Yeah.
We
Thank
can't
God.
do the same thing.
Thank God.
And I
Praise 'em.
get that. But at the same time,
opposite attracts.
you want to have that cake and eat it too.
Opposite
Then
attract.
also let me have my cake and eat it too. And then if you good with it, then we good with it.
Right.
I want to tap into this last topic, but we might not have enough time to. If we do, we got to be short. Got to be short. I'm
He
sorry.
looked dead
we
at
tapped
Elijah
into
when
it.
he dead at you
No,
when he said it.
no, I'm just saying that, but I do want to hit on this. But based on the time frame, I do want to, you know what I'm saying. So, go ahead, Elijah.
Which
Yeah,
one?
Go ahead.
Which one? Are we
That-
talking about the age, or are we talking about the phone?
the age.
Okay. Very quickly, I had a conversation on the internet that evolved into a real contest and insults being traded and leveled at me because there was a gentleman that was fairly older, like 30s anyway, that was involved with a young lady that was like 18, and the women that I was speaking to was saying, "Oh, he's a creep, that's a pervert, whatever," and I'm like, "No, wait a minute." Do we believe in the age of consent? Do we believe that there should be an age of consent? And they were like, well, all right, he's a pervert. So, okay, now if this woman is 50 and this young man is 20, is that okay? Well, that's weird, but, that's okay. They were cool with it. And I guess ultimately there are several questions that came into my mind, which I have answers for myself, but I'm curious what other people think. Do we believe that the age of consent is what it is? If a person is in Michigan at 16, a person is of legal age, they have the right to do what they're going to do. And are we going to be like, well, it's only okay if we like it? The example that I use for myself is I am a parent, I'm a father, and my son is a man. He's not a child anymore. But had he been the legal age of 16, had he been 15 years old and an 18-year-old gentleman was to mess with him, he'd catch a bullet from me. Now, when my son became of legal age, if a 70-year-old gentleman messed with him, it would break my heart, but he would not catch a bullet because I do believe that there has to be a point where an adult is responsible to make his or her own decisions.
Absolutely.
Also, I do believe that gender matters here. Most people will say I'm a chauvinist, whatever, but I'm definitely a gender guy. I believe in that. That is to say, if my boy at 16, 50, whatever, winds up involved with a woman like you, I'm going to want her to be punished. I'm going to want her, that's not right. If he winds up, or my daughter winds up with a gentleman, and she's 16 and he's 40, he's catching a bullet. There is a double standard there. Yeah. That double standard is because of the physical power. With power comes responsibility. And when I was 16, 17, there weren't a lot of women whose ass I couldn't beat. So that dynamic matters if we get sexually involved. You know that I was physically in control of the situation, whereas my daughter
Right.
is not going to be the man. So he has extra power and therefore extra responsibility. So I do believe the age of consent is a line that we have to deal with and we should respect it. But I also believe that gender makes that line malleable
rough.
to some
Yeah.
degree. I have no problem being consistent in that regard. I'm definitely curious. You're looking at me and you got something
I'm
deep to
just
say.
trying to pay attention. No, I agree with everything you said. Either way you look at it, I just feel like if the woman was older or if the man was older, I still feel as if I just think about my 16-year-old daughter, and I just feel as if a 30, 40-year-old man want to talk to her and she's talking to him. Like, I just can't visualize that. That just sounds like I just need to.
Put a bullet in it?
Yeah, thank you. You
Even
said
though
it.
even
You
though
said
he
it.
is not breaking the law.
He breaking my law.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
It's that part.
and
Exactly.
I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel as if, no, you're not, you can't date my
Because
daughter at that
18,
age.
16, 18, 17, and a 30 or 25-year-old person is still seem like, hey, this still my baby.
Right.
You feel me?
And she is a baby.
Right.
Yeah,
She
and she
hasn't
still
even
is a
grown
baby.
into
Yeah.
her
She can't buy
grown
drinks yet,
self,
goddamn it.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess to clarify, your daughter's 16, I'm 45. You put a bullet in me.
Definitely.
Your daughter's 16, I'm 19. Do you put a bullet in me?
I'm not going to put a bullet in you, but I'm definitely going
Yeah,
to
that's
tell you,
different.
no, wait a minute.
16 and 19? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wait
still
a minute.
fucked up, yeah.
Wait
As
a
a
minute.
parent, yeah, it's still fucked
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Give her 2 more years.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all can do whatever y'all want to do.
Also, Rob, did we talk about the house thing, the overnighter? No time? Okay.
Yeah.
No time.
Because we got to also let Rose promote real quick before we get into this last segment. So, Rose, go ahead.
Well, I am author Rose Dior. Thank you. I just completed book number 21 today, so congratulations to me.
Congratulations, Queen.
Yes, I'm an author of urban romance. I've written street lit. I've done probably 1 or 2 eroticas. Basically, I'm just more of a urban romance author now. What I do is I basically just perfectly craft my men to be hood niggas, but they're entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And they get their money and they have a heart. That means
Ooh, them
they
my
love
favorite
their
kind.
women hard. They would be slightly unhinged, sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's all love. My women are entrepreneurs as well. They get their money. They have businesses as well. And, of course, they always fall for the hood niggas. And some of my men are broken, and they just need that love to, put them back together from, another woman. From a woman. So that's what basically I do. If you all would want to read a book, I would say, go with Finesse Season. That one was about a mayor's son, the mayor's son, and the woman was like, I don't want to call her a prostitute, but she was trying to get to her bag. So her father passed away, but he had bought a building, and he basically left it in her name, but she didn't know at the time. But the mayor's son had just got out of prison, and he was doing a fundraiser with his father. Now, the father is crooked as fuck, so he like, I don't want to be under your thumb. I don't want to, be there when the fucking shoe drop on your ass because you're doing too much. Anyway, so he robs the charity event. He robs the charity event, and he uses the money to purchase the building that the main female character was trying to purchase, because that's why she was, trying to get the bag from somebody, whatever.
Right.
Sound like a movie.
So it's like enemies to lovers, basically, because they clash. She like, nigga, give me my fucking father's building. I have the money. He like, I bought the building. Like, it's mine. I'm not coming up off of it.
And
so
they wind-
they end up
getting it on.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
look-
later on down the line, but
Yeah.
it took a minute because they was like going at each other's throat. So if I recommend a book, that would be one of them. Sexual Abduction is over 1K reviews
Okay.
on Amazon. It's a collaboration I did with another author called her name is Kimberly Brown, if y'all know.
Oh, you covered the title.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There it is.
Okay.
Sensual abduction.
Okay. We're not doing that. So no, just kidding. But this book just mainly a woman was in a domestic violence relationship. Of course, the guy was a drug dealer or whatever, and she basically had to get the fuck on because he was mentally, not physically abusing her, but mentally and emotionally abusing her. And she just had to. She robbed him and took off with the bag, whatever. And about 6 years later, because he had put a PI on her, they finally found her, and the guy that finds her is intrigued by her. So of course he want to do it because he getting paid to kidnap her, but he basically like, damn, I don't want to do this, and he comes to find out she has a daughter. So now he kidnaps her and the baby. So it's just like, it was a lot, but basically, yeah.
So look, let me ask you a question. What's the biggest challenge you face when writing urban fiction?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think I've really like faced any bad challenges because I know what I want to write. I know that I've seen things and I've done things. So it's not really a challenge to write urban fiction for me.
Doing what you love, so
I'm doing what I love.
Right,
I'm very passionate
absolutely.
about it.
What you think draws readers to your urban fiction?
My book bags, my urban men. Yeah, they fall in love with them.
I just did, and I haven't even read it yet.
Okay.
so much I want to say about that.
Well, go ahead. You can say.
Oh, I mean, well, I haven't read the books yet.
Oh well, yeah.
But
You're gonna have to read the book.
Yeah, I have to read the books. It's just the fantasy, the urban fiction of these thug hood entrepreneur people that these women are constantly going after, and it 99 times out of 100 it never works out. But that fantasy is there, and then after they've destroyed their lives, they come back for Cliff Huxtable.
Well, I wouldn't typically say that because
Not in the fantasy book.
Honestly, yes, I do write fairy tales, but
Yes, hey, I like them.
but they're relatable.
No doubt.
You can't typically find a hood nigga and fall in love with him. He doesn't typically have to be a drug dealer or killer or nothing like that. He could be an entrepreneur, but he give you that swag, that BDE. Like, he gives you the feels. You know what I'm saying? He talk that shit. He do what he do. So you can always fall in love with him. and it work out. And
It
there's
sure
a
have
happily
been.
ever after.
It shows
Because what happened? I know so many sisters that was down with that what you say, the hood nigga.
The hood nigga.
That they and then after they screw their lives up for 10, 15, 20 years, then they're like, hey, where's Poindexter to actually be
No, they ain't gonna fuck with Poindexter.
a man?
Okay.
Oh yes, they're looking for Poindexter.
Okay.
Where's Poindexter? Because he is going to care for me and care for my many children by these thugs, and he's going to do the things that I thought this thug was going to do. And I'm speaking as a Poindexter myself. No, bitch. Don't bring me all that baggage.
See?
But I mean, that fantasy, it does
Yes,
exist.
yes,
that
I do
fantasy
create
is
a world
oh
of
my
fantasy.
God, like white women. Okay, I'm saying it. White women love them some Pretty Woman.
They
The
do.
idea that a chick can be a prostitute, a porn star for years or whatever, and then
boom,
Bill
a
Gates
billionaire.
says, "Marry me." It's ridiculous. That's
Okay.
that's their
That
thing.
is
So look,
true. That is true.
Real quick, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Who is your favorite author? Who inspired you?
I would have to say Omar Tyree.
Okay.
That was the very first book that I read was Fly Girl, and I just love the dynamic of the whole book. Is like I saw the parents. They were married, but they were having marital issues, and then you have this little girl, and she just don't like know what's going on because she's young, but then she starts to grow and learn from certain things. So I think I just related to that book because I was once young and my parents were married, and I saw that type of situation. So I just love that book. But yeah, definitely shout out to Omar Tyree. He was my inspiration. Absolutely.
He was on the cutting edge of that whole genre.
Yes, absolutely. He
was
did his
young.
big one.
All right, before we get to the last segment, you can look at the camera right there and throw all your handles out. Let people know where to reach you, where to get your books from.
All right. Y'all can follow me on X at Rose Dior22, Facebook Rose Dior, Instagram Rose Dior Writes, and TikTok Sincerely Rose Dior.
All right, now we had a topic. I mean, not a topic. I'm sorry. This is a new segment. It's called Nothing Off the Table.
Oh, Lord.
Let me talk my SSHHIT. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob.
That sounds bad to me. So no, just kidding.
So this is on me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know that new thing they doing on TikTok? We listen, we don't judge.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
I don't. But
So here we go. I was dating this guy, right? We just gonna call him John. And John said to me, listen, if you wanted to, you can use a dildo on me during sex. So, what I want to know, y'all, is it okay to do whatever it takes to please your partner? Like, do it be things that you want to do, or maybe your man want to do that you feel like he shouldn't want to do? Or is it okay if it's, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
know that meme when that guy was... No.
So you asking?
I'm asking, like,
I mean...
is he weird for saying, yes, I will do this? Or is it okay to do
There's
whatever it takes to please your partner?
there's a twofold answer to that question.
Yeah, okay.
The
'cause-
first part of your question is it okay to do whatever it takes to please your partner? Obviously, you should do whatever it takes to please your partner. Now, I'm going to do whatever it takes to please my partner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if my partner says she wants to stick something up in me, she's not going to be my partner anymore. Because that I'm not willing to do.
Because you're not with that.
I'm not. That's not going to happen. You have to make up your
Right,
mind.
and I get
if
that.
I'm going to be with her,
So
I'm
what-
going to have to roll with how she rolls.
So what I'm saying is, not even just you personally, but let's just say that if Rob
Uh-uh.
was the type of person, if he was the type of person that liked to get his toes sucked, is it like, is he looked at a certain way because he want his wife to suck his toes?
now toes
Or
sucked and dildos are two different things. I would suck my husband's toes if I was into that type of thing. If he was into that type of thing, he's my husband. If you like that, I'll do it.
there isn't much.
But if you ask me
So the question
to
is,
stick my
would you?
finger,
Right.
a
So the
dildo-
question is, was your male?
no, sir.
Would your boyfriend let you stick a dildo in his ass?
if he was into that, would you be
I'm
open
sorry, I
to
would
doing
have
that?
I'm going to say it. He's gay.
Yeah.
That part.
Fruit,
Bisexual.
But
Because
if,
he with you. So.
fruit booty anonymous.
but if he's not, but
Booty
he not
bandit.
into,
Yeah.
he not into me, and he just want to do that with you.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, if he
He into
agreed
me.
to it,
I'm
if he
sorry.
agreed to
He
it,
into
If
me.
he
And you
wants
know-
something
Yeah.
to probe his anal region,
his asshole been gaped before.
if
So
it
what-
hasn't, he wants to, but he doesn't want to.
What's so
admit
crazy is it was like a joke that went wrong. Like jokingly, I was
Yeah.
like, "You should let me," and then it was kind of like I did not kind of let it go. I laughed it off, and then he came to me later like, "Hey, was you still serious about doing that?" And I'm like, "Doing what?" He like, you know,
Damn.
because I'll do anything to make you happy. It was
Oh,
like,
hell no.
oh,
Hey, I'll do almost anything to make my woman happy.
Just
But
that shit.
I ain't about to
penetrating
be
me,
bow-legged, goddammit.
that how does that make you happy? I will do whatever you want to your body. There's not too much I can think of that I won't do to my woman's body that she wants me to
okay.
do.
So real quick, then,
But you ain't doing that to
Okay,
me.
but we
Real
listen.
quick.
We listen when we're not judging you.
real
girl.
quick before we wrap it up then. So as a man, is there certain things that y'all be wanting done that you don't ask because you feel like it might come off gay?
No.
No,
I-
I'm good. Just let me missionary hit it from the back. Goddamn it, do something from the side a couple times.
Like
and
if
go
you
to
want
bed.
ever wanted your woman to like hit the gooch and then
gosh.
you just didn't say
I
it.
never thought about that.
Well, first of all,
the gooch, like
first of all, I'm a wild
wouldn't let-
boy.
I don't know nothing about it.
I'm a wild boy.
That's
I
too
like
close to the asshole.
I like my woman to do
Listen.
everything with her tongue everywhere on me except
The
that.
asshole.
Now,
But
I will
the
also
gooch
say
isn't
this.
the butt.
True, and I've had the gooch, worked by my
Okay,
lady,
there
and
it
it's a
is.
beautiful thing. But
You're in bad shape. You in
let me-
bad shape, boy.
But let me say this now. Let me say this. You
clear
have
it
to
up.
be willing to
You told them
do
clear it up.
Even that Diddy
whatever
house,
it
I told you.
takes to please your woman.
Baby or boy.
But you have to actually have a clear understanding of where you're going to draw those lines. And, I'm willing to work with my woman in almost every way. But if we're not going to involve my anal region, and we're not going to involve any men.
So no further than that gooch.
No further
than the gooch.
And I've had more than one try. Hey, time out. That's not part of the game.
All right, man. This was fun. So, the line is under the balls and above the asshole. God damn it. Until next time, God damn it. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Thank you for
again.
having me.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Till next time, peace, y'all. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the motherfucking show.
You hear me?
Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. God damn it.
That
Until
part.
next time, peace.
Let me talk my SSHHIT. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my SSHHIT.